Hey guys, what's going on? BMcG here, and today we have a video on Overseer in the current Victory Track meta. This is Season 6. This is the Conflictor and Arms Race meta. I've been waiting for some time for Overseer to shine again in one of these Victory Track metas, and he's an absolute beast for this specific meta. He doesn't get to play into Arms Race very much because his main source of damage doesn't come from his specials, but Conflictor ramps him up significantly faster. Every time the opponent throws a special, they are inflicted with a special concussion debuff, and if Conflictor is off of cooldown, they will purify it and gain power, which will pretty much ramp Overseer up. It'll give him gamma power faster, and it'll allow you to do crazy stuff like this and have 40-second fights with Overseer. So he's been a lot of fun this Victory Track meta, and he was definitely one of my MVPs. So the goal of this video is to show you guys multiple fights where he kind of shines and does well, but they're going to be kind of weird fights. Like, they're not fights you would normally think to take Overseer for. So Overseer for Kitty, he's not always a great option. He has no way to deal with her prowess or her phase, but if you play aggressive enough, you can absolutely rinse her the way I just did there. And Thing here, I normally don't like using Overseer for Thing. But in this specific meta, due to how fast you ramp up your gamma power, you can drop your special 2 and put the massive disorient on Thing here, and it will pretty much shut him down completely. And you could just go into full nuke mode after you drop the special 2 here. So what we did here was tried to drop our special 2 when he had low power, so we don't get a huge fury from Arms Race. But now we just do as much damage as we can while the disorient is active on the opponent, and he's pretty much dead here. So I thought that was a really cool fight, and that's still close to 52,000 points, which is really good. Next up we have Spidey Supreme, and normally you want to fight this guy with a buff immune, but there are some ways you can play around him to where you don't need a buff immune, and I hope this will kind of show you how you can play around him. It's a bit chaotic with Overseer because he gains a lot of buffs. So one thing I like to do against Spidey Supreme to make him just a little bit easier to fight is to parry and then do a medium attack into him while he's parry stunned, and that will allow us to trigger his miss and put it on cooldown, and we have a safe enough opening to just, attack, dash back, and then go in. But this is where the fight starts getting a bit weird. So I wanted to play into Arms Race there, but he goes red, and we're lucky that he's kind of a noodle in terms of health pool and health size, and we were able to finish him out there. But that's where it gets dicey. You don't want to play around with Spidey too much because his damage can be pretty nuts. But next up we have Absorbing Man, and I actually love Overseer for Absorbing Man when Absorbing Man actually wants to throw his special attacks. So I know some people might be thinking, Absorbing Man has a huge physical resistance when he's in Uru mode. Well, Overseer can either push him to a special 2 and bait it, or you can punish the special 1 with your heavy and deactivate his current form. That's kind of the strategy you want to do here against Absorbing Man. So we ramp up pretty quickly here. We're at 5 gamma, so now we just need to go in, punish this with a heavy attack, deactivate the form, wait for him to dash at us, drop our special 2, and that should allow us to block bait here, get an opening, and then we punish that so we can get our fury buff. And now we just need this guy to throw his special 2. He throws it, so now he's got the energy resistance. This does not matter to us because we do physical damage, and then the striker there for the opening, and then the special 1 to close out the fight. So when you can line up your nuke fest with Overseer against Absorbing Man, he's a really solid counter. Alright, so next up we have Rintra, and Overseer is kind of a budget option for Rintra, or kind of like a, oh crap, I don't have a good counter, but Overseer's decent enough to get the fight down. That's kind of where Overseer falls in terms of Rintra counters for me in Battlegrounds. I'm fairly comfortable with this fight. It's just a lot of special baiting, and Rintra's special 1 takes a lot of time, and yeah, it's not the quickest fight out there, but it's semi-safe, and it's a little bit RNG dependent because of the neutralize. It can fail your fury buff that you get from Cosmic mode, so you need to trigger the fury before getting neutralized. So it's kind of, you know, risky. I'm not a huge fan of doing this fight. Like, as you see there, he failed our energize that we should have gotten. And then right there, I screwed up. I tried to dash at him, and the dash just didn't register. But we get our Fury there, and now we can start going to town. We knock him down with a heavy attack there to control his mystical charges. And then we punish. We're going to block bait a heavy, go in again, punish that. And I think we're going to finish with a special 1 here. So, I mean, overall, it was a pretty solid fight. We finished at 100% health, and yeah, it's pretty decent. Next up, we have PWF's Rank 5 Doom, and this was on pace to be a beautiful fight, but I screw up, and you guys will see where. I love Overseer for Doom, especially in this meta, because you consistently just bait special 1s and punish. It's awesome when it lines up. Normally you don't have to bait all these special, or you know, try to bait the special 1 for so long. Doom's normally pretty trigger happy with it because he's unblockable when he throws it, but you could just keep doing what I'm doing and you ramp up your gamma power insanely fast. And right there I screwed up by getting hit, but we you know, do the little dash and special intercept kind of thing, and you know, bait another special 1 here. And right, oh no, it's not right here, it's right after this, I dash back, and then he smacks me, and then heavy attacks me, and I'm like, god dang it, because it was lining up to be a really solid fight. I had my striker gauge full, and now I could just go in, drop a special attack, finish it out. So we should have finished around like 90% health. But that's gonna do it for this video. So if you enjoyed, hit like, sub if you're new. If you already subbed, you know I love you. See you guys for the next video or stream. Peace out.